Do like podcasts have background music? Do you know what? Part of the podcast, our podcast experience, is going to be like a journey with us through making a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I can fuck with that.
You could be like, or I could be like to the other. Tell me a bit about yourself. Actually, no,
Thing is, because we want this to be like what you said. We want it to be like the everyday man's podcast, whatever, right?
Yeah.
We could just skip, because like we could just skip all that.
Yeah, and then
just go straight in. Like we just go straight into the like whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Because then it's like a seamless, just like, oh yeah, you're just part of the convo, like just join in kind of thing.
Do you know what? Like a lot of this is just gonna be us two talking late night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just gonna be like the podcast is just gonna be like bits of conversation from these from our broader conversation about the podcast.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like, there's no need to like make it like too formal or too whatever.
Yeah. See, I was gonna bring up some random shit about the pyramids, but I've just seen like an image that's completely blown my mind and made me think the pyramids were actually buildable. But I don't want to believe it now.
No, yes.
It's really,
no. No.
It's really annoying.
Wait, what's in the image?
So they use ropes to put it up a slope.
Fam.
Then,
okay. Now you're just taking the piss.
No, I swear. But then there's people who I don't know how to explain it, man. Like they're pulling up bricks with rope, and it looks doable. Like it. Because I could be pulling this brick.
There's like thousands of slaves. Of course, it's gonna be doable.
Yeah, but like I thought it was the aliens. I'll be really real with you. I genuinely thought it was aliens. Like
because like I said, the only like alienish thing that could have happened is literally just like the idea to make a blueprint with the measurements that they used. In terms of like actually building it, like humans could do that.
Nah, it's not actually. It's no building one. Okay, but let me find out. Let me find out how many pyramids. How many? There are 80 pyramids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Building one. It's a tough task. Yeah. It's a tough task even for a crew of 1,000 slaves, even though there are more than 1,000 slaves. It's a tough task for any
like
group of people.
More plausible though if it was just one, then it's like, oh yeah, it's just the one-off, like an alien just put it here. If there's consistency and we've made it multiple times, then it's like, oh okay, then maybe humans have something to do with it.
Nah. 80 pyramids is just aliens flexing on us.
Oh,
like, we have these on our planet. Here's 80 of them.
But like
that's
what?
Nothing.
Yeah, but like what planet though?
Like I don't know. We don't even like it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why did they just pop up during like ancient Egyptian times and then just fucked off and then just didn't like communicate with us whatsoever since then?
Look, I just want to believe it. I don't care how feasible it is. I think the aliens just came. We're like, nah, here's some pyramids. We're never gonna speak to you again. Have a nice life. I don't think. Yeah, no. I'm looking at this image. Yeah, and it's like it's defo feasible. Like how many men? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20 men pulling up one brick at a time.
Yeah,
it's long, but like yeah, no, they could do it.
They had time.
Or yeah, they had advanced technology given to them by not even aliens. Actually, no, defo aliens. Yeah, 100% aliens. That's where the tech would have came from. What about the Sphinx?
Okay.
How the hell was that made?
How is that any more extreme than a pyramid?
That's a that's a genuine sculpture. Like that's huge, and it's not even like that's not like something you can just build with like blocks. Like you're there, like the thing is goddamn big, and it's pretty detailed for like a big ass sculpture.
Yeah.
That wasn't. That was aliens.
But like, why? Why would they just put why a sphinx? Why a pyramid?
The Sphinx is obviously what the alien. Like the Sphinx doesn't look like a human. Like what a human looks like that? That's defo an alien. No, not an alien, but that's defo like that looks like an Egyptian. What is the Sphinx? That's
because like out of everything they could have. Like they come here, they meet a new civilization, and they're like, yeah, you know what? We're just gonna build some pyramids in the Sphinx.
The terrifying one.
But why though? What's the story?
The Sphinx literally means the terrifying one.
That is quite.
Literally,
That is
father of dread.
That's quite creepy.
It's no, that is not The face of the Sphinx is but generally believed to represent the pharaoh of Kafar. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that is. Thing is though, but that makes sense because it's like, oh yeah, look, our pharaoh's so cool. He's like, he's a big man. Let's just make a big ass Sphinx for him with his face.
It's a limestone statue. It's a limestone statue of a mythical lion and a head of human. Yeah. That we don't have that creature today, but they must have met a creature to base it off that. They wouldn't have just built a big ass Sphinx just because we just think we have a big ass like lion's body with a human head. No, that's what an alien looks like. Aliens are lion bodies with human heads.
They're animals on Earth. Let's just mash them together and put our pharaoh's head on the top of it.
Why would? Okay, fairs.
Right?
But no.
Because if anything, that's just like, is literally the most existential like thing you could do. Where it's like you're a pharaoh, you got slaves, no one to talk to, you're in the middle of a fucking desert, and you're like, yo, I'm gonna fucking die, and like nothing's happening. Let me just fucking make a big ass Sphinx just to show that I was here. Is the most existential thing ever. It's not like a fucking alien thing. You think aliens would give a fuck about this pharaoh?
See, but what if the pharaohs had like a link to the aliens? Look, this one's that's a wild. Okay, look, that's a bit wild. That's a wild one.
But Yu-Gi-Oh though, have you watched Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, never.
Fam,
apologize.
Fam, the pharaohs are the ones playing the card game, and the card game is the aliens.
But what does that mean? What does that?
I'm saying there is some. There could be some basis there.
Okay, let's go. Let's move on to a more recent conspiracy theory, and it's not recent. It's 18 years ago. 9/11 conspiracy theories. Okay, here's what everyone is listening for.
Okay.
Okay, I don't believe. 9/11. Actually, no. Yeah, I don't believe 9/11 was just a terrorist attack. Definitely, 100%.
Okay.
An inside job. Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. But who?
It was the U.S. government. The U.S. government did this. I don't know like who specifically, because I obviously, I'm just.
I feel like it was George Bush.
Oh yeah, but like it was obviously just more than one person. But like it was just an excuse to start war in Iraq and. Wait, what were other countries? It was Iraq, Afghanistan, and there was one more country. I don't really know. But so we could invade their country, take their riches, probably oil. I mean, oil. I'm onto something. I know I am.
Do you think Bin Laden's dead?
100% no. 100% no.
I think he is.
Like,
I mean,
I don't.
But like,
speaking of Bin Laden, wait, have you seen how tall this guy was?
Bro. Balling.
This man is he's 6'5".
Easy.
He's 6'5".
Easy.
How tall is Kyrie? How tall is Kyrie Irving?
He's
smaller. He's smaller than Kyrie.
That's crazy.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Wait, Bin Laden facts. Let's lay out some Bin Laden facts.
I don't know. I think he died. I don't think they would. What's the point of lying about it?
To put because a lot of people a lot of everyone was on about Bush did 9/11. Everyone memes. It was everywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
To put the world at ease, to say, it's not an inside. It wasn't an inside job. Someone was actually behind it. Yeah. We're gonna kill the person behind it. You kill Bin Laden. Now it's realized, as in real -ized. Not real. I don't know how to explain it. Now it's real to everyone that someone did 9/11, not Bush did 9/11, because they've killed someone for it now.
Yeah.
Oh, this man's dead. Yeah. Bin Laden, he's just obviously he was the leader of Al Qaeda.
Right.
I'm assuming, he was. Yeah. Killing him or saying you killed him, puts everyone at ease. Oh, leader of Al Qaeda is dead. No more blaming Bush. It was definitely the leader of Al Qaeda. He's been punished for it. It must be him now. Heck, I haven't seen a Bush did 9/11 meme in a while.
That's
true. Do you know why? Because Bin Laden's dead. Although we're talking about it, that's We'll skip over that part. Just trying to look for some other 9/11 conspiracy theories, but these are all quite far fetched. Like there was no planes, the no planes theory. Yeah. Morgan Reynolds. I don't know who he is, but Morgan Reynolds. He argues that no planes were used in the attacks. He claims it is physically impossible that the Boeing planes of flights 11 and 175 could have penetrated the steel frames of the towers, and that digital compositing was used to depict the planes crashing in both news reports and subsequent amateur videos. So what are you saying? They're digitally edited.
Yeah, have you seen some of the videos on like YouTube and shit?
Yeah. Obviously, none of them HD or high quality or anything.
Yeah, true.
Actually, no. The news ones, they're fairly, but again, they could have been digitally composited. Basically, he's been saying no planes were used. It was all the planes we saw were digitally like doctored in there.
Yeah.
And it was actually just blown up from the inside, which, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, like if you see the videos, like you can see it like combust from the bottom.
See, this would be a good reason to do a video podcast.
Yeah.
On the screen, just put a terrorist attack on the screen.
just like big red arrows pointing. Like this is the explosion.
It's a circle of fears.
It's kind of mad how like, because if you talk to people who were around for like 9/11, it's kind of mad how like everyone knows where the fuck they were. What was happening, like
the
shock about it. But the thing is, like,
I was talking
if 9/11 happened today, do you reckon it would have the same effect?
100%.
Do you? I don't think it would. I don't think it would.
People are normalized to tragedy now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
everyone every other week.
Yeah, like it's so normal. I think the one thing. Like the one thing that's similar was the Manchester bombings. Like I don't remember where I was. I just know it happened.
Right.
But like that, I know it's not on the same level as 9/11, but it was still very big and actually hits harder than 9/11 to me because obviously I'm alive. I was not alive. I was alive during 9/11.
But you're like old
but
enough
I was,
to be impacted.
No, I was 1.
No way.
Yeah, I was. Oh yeah. I was old enough for the Manchester bombing. Yeah. And I don't remember anything about that. But tell you something, I do remember. Yeah, I remember the exact facial expression. What I was like, obviously I know what I was doing. I knew where I was, what clothes I was wearing, who I was with, where I was sitting. Was when Captain America picked up Mjolnir.
Big.
In Endgame.
Clutch.
Yeah. I remember I got the goosebumps. Gasps everywhere. I looked towards my boys. They looked towards me. Oh, that was stupendous.
That was such a fun moment. That was a fun moment.
Yeah, but let's go back. Rest in peace, Manchester victims.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, we're so desensitized to it. It's like, it's whatever. Obviously, with 9/11, it's like, oh yeah, it happened in America, so it was a big deal. Because obviously, like, airport security, blah, blah, whatever. But I feel like if it happened today, it wouldn't be as, like, impactful.
Oh, yeah. Like even like sheer volume of terrorist attacks that happen nowadays, it's like once every. There's at least one every month, and that's like minimum one every month of terrorist attacks, especially around the world. And like no one really no one really, not to say no one really cares, but no one really. It doesn't really hit home to a lot of people as much as 9/11 did for some reason. I don't understand why. Just to go back to conspiracies again and 9/11. I'm scrolling through Twitter and have just found 3 articles about 9/11 on my Twitter feed. So
Still.
I think the government are listening. The government are listening right now. It's on my home feed. It literally says you might be interested in, and then a tweet about 9/11. That is weird.
That is quite weird.
That is quite weird.
There? What's this about?
Yeah, no, NSA, government people, don't listen to me.
But just the fact that we can the fact that we can move on from something like that so quickly, like, is kind of like a testament to that as well.
Yeah. We just like it's not that I don't care. I do care. That
do you think like us being so desensitized, like, and like just the way that things are gonna go, like in the future, like obviously it's the information age, technology, blah blah blah, right? we're going to become more and
Mm.
more desensitized. So, like, do you think that's a bad thing, or do you think maybe that's a good thing?
I wouldn't call it bad, but it's not good. It's one of them, like, to have a terrorist attack happen and us to be like, oh well, it's just another one. It's like another. It's just
Yeah.
another terrorist attack. That's like a bad thing to like. It's just like a bad thing to go through. Is like from like the fact that I can sit here and be like, oh wow, a terrorist has just bombed XYZ, and be completely unaffected by it.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, but
Can I just give a?
I mean,
Can I just?
Buddhists are
Oh,
like
you go.
Buddhists since day one, since like back in the day, were always like, yo, suffering, but all that, like, just do you, man, just do you. Like, isn't that where we're going? Like, if we want to promote, people always like when you watch those like self-help videos and whatever, it's always like, oh yeah, just peace of mind, just focus on yourself, blah blah blah, right? Isn't that gonna help? Just being so desensitized, where it's like, oh yes, something just happened, whatever, let me focus on my peace of mind and being happy and living a fulfilling life, right?
Yeah. But like you lose, like that's like you gain like like it's a personal gain. But it's like you're also showing like a lack of like
Empathy.
like with like, being desensitized to desensitized to like a terrorist attack. You're just losing empathy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Sympathy. You're losing sympathy for people who have just suffered from a terrorist attack or suffered from a tragedy, and that shouldn't happen. We're humans. We should feel bad for other people. But I do get like, oh, like focus on your own stuff. Like you do if it doesn't affect you, don't worry about it. I do get that side of it.
Yeah, because it literally it speeds up the process of like dealing with things, because everything's so like, oh yeah, everyone's attention span is so like whack, like just ass right now. Like, just take it in and then just give it out. Like, it's like fast food. It's just very immediate kind of thing.
Speaking of fast food, shout out KFC.
Shout out
KFC.
Yo,
you know,
Five Guys milkshakes are
working there
still
2
like
years.
top tier.
I've never had one.
No,
I think I told
that's
you this before.
disgusting.
I'm sorry.
That's disgusting.
What is it? Just ice cream and milk?
Yep, that's usually what a milkshake is.
Yeah, no, but I just have like real fruit. I don't know. Like,
No. Like, you can obviously mix it. I usually have like vanilla, malted milk. You can have like whipped cream. You can have Oreo. You can mix it. You can do whatever you want. Caramel, whatever.
Sweet.
Fire.
As a man over KFC, I'm into the crushums. You know, the Oreo, the Malteser, bit of a white chocolate, Milky Bar. You know, been there 2 years. Well, coming up 2 years. You know, I always think about this. I have the perfect start to be a YouTuber. Bad grades at school, working a fast food.
Yeah.
Don't really care about my future. If I was a YouTuber, I have the three most
smashing it.
Yeah, I'd be smashing it. Why aren't I?
Just do it, man. Just do it.
Another quick shout out Sukraj, you know, just shout out Sukraj. Shout out Sukraj, yeah, that's it. You gotta give respect.
Peace be upon him.
Yeah. Actually, another big last shout out from me. I don't know about you, but last shout out from me. Shout out Johnny, you know?
Oh yeah, of course. Big Johnny.
Yeah, that's it from me. Yeah, no, big up. I got something interesting to talk about.
Okay.
And that is winning Wimbledon in 2019 only gives you $2.9 million. Yeah?
Okay.
Winning the Masters in 2019 only gives you $2 million. Winning the Indy 500 is that's the racing. Wait, let me before I proceed to chat shit. Indy 500 is the racing thing.
Okay.
It's the racing thing. This shit is watched by loads of people. Like, Wimbledon is watched by loads of people as well. Fair enough. The Masters watched by a lot of Americans and like a few, like a decent viewing across the rest of the world. But the Indy 500 is advertised like pretty much everywhere. Like you only get 2.6 million for that. Fairs, yeah.
Yeah.
Winning the Fortnite World Cup gives you $3 million.
Yeah.
3 mil. That's 3 milli. Winning the Dota International in 2019 gives you $3.1 million. The two esports are already outperforming three of the biggest sporting events in 2019. That is big. I'm saying esports is a sport.
It is not.
Yeah,
Okay. I was with you until you said it was a sport because it's not a sport.
it is a sport.
It's not, but it's not. It's esports. It's not like a sport though, is it?
What no, not golf, because golf fairs. People show me the way of golf. Does look tough, but in darts is a sport.
Okay.
Yeah,
Darts. I don't consider darts a sport.
but
It's like but like that is similar to like esports in a sense where it's like hand-eye coordination, blah blah, dexterity, whatever, right? But no one looks at darts like a proper sport. That probably offend most darts players, but like it's not.
okay, let's just say, yeah.
Are we saying
Wii Sports?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel you.
Wii Sports becomes an esport, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You are now doing more physical activity. 'Cause
True.
the boxing in Wii Sports, I don't know if you ever played boxing on Wii Sports.
Shit's
That
intense.
takes you out of it.
Intense.
That shit's intense. That's more work than I think you do in golf. I know golf you do a lot of swings, but like I'm saying boxing Wii Sports, that takes you out of it. I'm saying Wii Sports esports is more physical exercise or physical exertion than golf.
Yeah. I could see that.
So would that make Wii Sports a
I feel
sport?
like Wii Sports would be the exception. If there was like a Wii Sports tournament, like that would be lit as fuck. That would be considered a sport.
I'm trying to is fishing a sport? Because fishing is listed as a sport,
Fishing is not.
but
a
all
sport.
you're doing there,
Fishing's like a
yeah, but all you
pastime.
it's a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so is gaming, and if fishing's a pastime and a sport.
But I guess you could say that about like,
Gaming.
oh yeah, basketball is like a pastime, technically.
I guess.
So we can't really say that. But fishing's not a sport.
Mind sports. See,
Chess.
mind sports. This is requiring little or no physical exertion or agility. Mind sports are often not considered true sports.
True
Oh
sports.
shit! Why did I just
Exactly.
read that?
Big clutch.
Some mind sports.
Clutch, dude.
Some mind sports are recognised by sporting federations. The following list is intended to represent anything that is likely to be referred to as a mind sport, not to argue their validity as sports. So, speed cubing, so Rubik's Cubes, board games, chess, backgammon. Backgammon. Who plays, yeah. And then, checkers, dominoes, Monopoly there. Monopoly's not there, Fairs, okay? I disagree.
Yeah, I'd include Monopoly.
Jesus, esports isn't even in the mind sports section. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, dude, esports is becoming bigger than real sports though. On a level. Exception football and basketball. Maybe NFL too, but I don't even know.
Yeah, we're not.
Fortnite,
But it makes sense though. Like, games are so fucking accessible, and
I
like
guess, but
the internet,
yeah,
like everyone on the internet is obviously gonna like tune into the streams or whatever. Like that's just free marketing.
this is more of like an England thing, but like EastEnders and Coronation Street, two like the biggest soap operas in England.
Yeah.
Fortnite is getting consistently more views 24/7 like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Consistently more viewers than those two programs, and that's been consistent since Fortnite's like boomed. Yeah, so I think esports is going more mainstream, and I think it's only time until people realize esports is just sports with an E on the front.
But what do
know?
you classify as sports, right? Because even with like the intense like Rubik's cubing or whatever, like speed Rubik's cubing, like is it just like a really cool skill to begin with? But if you compete against other people, then it becomes a sport, or is it just a competition?
No, but let's find the definition of sports, because I feel
Because with
that this
darts,
will
I'd be
help us
like,
on our
oh
chat.
yeah, you went to a darts competition, or you went to a Tekken competition, but you didn't go to like, it's not sports. What classifies as sport?
Sport includes all forms of competitive, physical activity or games.
Or games. Okay.
It says it's meant to say. I think this is the bad typing or bad use of grammar on Wikipedia. Sport includes all form of competitive physical activity or competitive games. That's what it's trying to say. Through casual or organized participation. So like competitive games. I mean, I know like games are not they're not directly referencing video games. Although like the video games do fall under the category of just games.
Yeah.
I'd argue and say esports just fall into the category, like the definition of sport. Speaking of esports, top 500 Overwatch, guys, get at
Oh
me,
shit! You're
ladies,
trying to flex. Oh, you're gonna flex on them.
top 200 DPS,
Flex. Okay.
What,
Okay.
what Xbox though, not PC. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta clarify.
But
I haven't played Overwatch in so fucking long.
anyway,
I only play like because we do scrimmages. I only play when we do scrims, but
oof.
it's been rough.
Yes.
To be fair though, like
Yes,
I haven't
right.
dropped off. Like I'm consistently like just like a good healer, but I haven't like obviously like improved because I don't play. But I haven't like dropped off, which is I'll take it kind of thing. The problem with that though is like if everyone else continues to play and gets better, then it's like if you're not like improving with them, it will still look like a drop off kind of thing.
Speaking of dropping off, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's dropped off, because I do argue he's the best athlete of all time.
Okay.
Athlete.
Ronaldo's. Whoa, okay.
Ronaldo's
Relax.
pretty whack right now.
Relax.
Ronaldo
is not the best athlete.
Best athlete of all time.
He's not the best athlete of all time. That is false.
Definitely the best athlete of all time.
No. Not even like, even if we're just talking just like physically, like LeBron is the greatest athlete of all time, but also like social impact and the impact on like the respective sport in terms of like making deals and business wise and giving like players power. LeBron ticks every single box.
But okay, you go back to impact on sport.
Bet.
Ronaldo is in the top two footballers of all time. Messi and Ronaldo. I don't think anyone else ever disagrees that they're the top two best footballers of all time. LeBron is arguably not even in the top two. You could say people
People say that, but his 3-1 comeback solidified him as number 2. Like people would say like, oh yeah, Kareem, but like I have a list of like what I consider like, I have like different attributes. So like whether it's 3-point shooting, whether it's like accolades, whether it's clutchness, whatever. I have just like a spreadsheet on like Excel of like different basketball players and where they rank. And like people will say Kareem's like number 2, but Kareem's not even number 2, like legit, purely because like his 3-point like was ass. Like, and that has like, if you overall like all around player, LeBron's a way better player. He didn't have like an unstoppable move or whatever, but like all around he's defo number 2, especially after the 3-1 comeback. Because we already knew that LeBron was like second, right? We just didn't know whether his legacy would show that. But after the 3-1 comeback, like his legacy shows that kind of thing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Let's take the definition for an athlete. An athlete is a person who competes in one or more sports that involves physical strength, speed, or endurance. Now, I'm saying physical strength. Yep. Ronaldo is 1 million times stronger. No. Like he's strong. No.
Look, go to Google right now. Google LeBron James and just look, just observe. Fam, his arm is the size of a fucking leg.
Not Ronaldo's leg though. Like not Ronaldo. If you go on Google, listeners, go Google a Ronaldo thigh.
Do not Google that. That is so sus. Do not Google that.
Ronaldo, go look at Ronaldo thigh. Go look at all those photos on Google Images. They are wham. LeBron, he's got arms. He most definitely has legs, but they're not Ronaldo legs. They're nowhere near Ronaldo legs.
No. They're most definitely.
Even his arms don't even look that nice compared to Ronaldo. Wait.
You say that, but you have to take into account the proportions. He's fucking like 6'8".
See, that's just height. That's his height playing into that. Ronaldo's 6'2", yeah, but if he's 6'2", and his thighs are wider than LeBron. I don't know if they're wider.
They're not wider. They are 0% wider. Like 0% chance they're not wider.
I want to find this thigh width. Ronaldo thigh width.
But like, okay, that athlete definition, right? What were the 4 main like categories, right? It was one of the aspects. Yeah, physical strength, endurance,
and speed.
But also in that definition, it was like one or more sports, right? Bro,
Yep.
LeBron is whatever sport you put him in, he's gonna dominate. You can't say the same about Cristiano Ronaldo.
You could put Ronaldo in any NFL team.
You're out of your fucking mind. You are out of it. That is not true.
Hey, fam, the art of throwing, yeah, is way more simpler to learn.
He's
than,
getting eaten alive. You put him in MMA, fam. LeBron is gonna fucking put him in MMA, American football. If you put him in goal, like, who's gonna dominate? Fam, people don't realize this, right? We're talking about a 6'8" man, right, with like a 7-foot wingspan in a fucking goal that is as explosive as Ronaldo in goal.
He's not as explosive. Not as explosive.
As explosive, if not more explosive. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy.
That is. Okay, no, I'm looking at LeBron. Viewers, I'm looking at LeBron's thighs, and they are pretty wide. They're like, if you know me, they're like my kind of thighs, but with muscle. Like these are some. Oh my god.
It's like
it's just a thigh comparison.
You know when you see like hench ass fucking animals, and they have like really fucking abnormally big like legs or whatever, or thigh, like,
yeah,
that is LeBron, but he's a human. Like, he has fucking kangaroo legs, and he's fucking like, it's crazy.
Umar, did you just call LeBron an animal because he's black?
Yo. Bit of a sticky one, really. Okay, physical.
Ronaldo's
Okay,
an animal, though. That's
endurance. Okay.
Oh, yeah, defo LeBron has this. No, defo. Basketball is one of the most, like, to play a full game of basketball, you have to
It's
have some neck lungs.
It's tough. Yeah. And not even that, like, doing that for as long. He came into the league straight from high school, and he's 34, and he's still going.
He's 34. Jeez.
34, and he's still like easily
is he at his peak? Is he still at his peak, or is he way past that?
I think his peak was 2017. I think he's like slowly going down, but he's still like, you know, dominant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I have a friend. I'm not going to mention, but if he may like Messi a bit, and he'll know who he is by this.
Okay.
And he'd agree with me in saying Ronaldo is definitely not at his full form.
Really?
This is he's 34 as well. They're the same age. They're both 34.
Okay.
Yeah, and in like to compare like football players, you do it based off goals normally, because that's how you win games, goals.
Sure.
Yeah, and this season Ronaldo was outscored, or not this season, the season just gone, outscored by a 36-year-old, just Italian man. That's all you have to know. Just an Italian man.
Right.
I genuinely never heard anything special about this Italian man. He's just Italian and a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He was Ronaldo. He outscored Ronaldo. Just an Italian man. But I've never seen LeBron get outscored by an Italian man.
True.
And I know I'm meant to be backing Ronaldo, but I'm backing.
Yeah,
Ronaldo.
I don't know what type of point you're trying to make, but like I agree. Like, he wouldn't get outscored by an Italian man.
All I'm saying is I'm just bringing some Ronaldo hate to the podcast. You know, we don't rate Ronaldo here. We don't. That's
we
one
rate
thing
Ronaldo, but he's just not the greatest athlete of all time.
He's okay. His physique is arguably better than LeBron's.
How so?
LeBron kind of looks just like, he looks like, fat isn't the word, but he just looks big, like big.
Okay.
Ronaldo looks like Ronaldo. All of Ronaldo's muscles are defined. I'm trying to find a muscle that's not Ronaldo muscles that aren't defined. Nothing came up because they're all defined. No, if you could see this photo I'm looking at.
Why are you just staring at photos of Ronaldo?
If you could see, this man is full. He is fully flexing, and oh my god! Wait, let me see a picture. LeBron just doesn't. LeBron James has endurance, first of the athlete.
Yeah.
Yep, he has that. Then, okay, we'll compare their peaks. Okay, so peak skill at peak LeBron skill at basketball. Yeah, is he the best basketballer of all time? Or is it peak Michael Jordan?
Best or greatest?
What's the difference?
Greatest is like everything considered, like legacy, like reputation, like mindset.
No, best basketball player.
Just purely
straight up
playing basketball, straight up.
at the game, straight up at the game.
At the game, I'd say LeBron.
Fuck, I wasn't expecting that. Shit. Okay, fair. No,
Only
fair.
because he can play every single position. He can facilitate. In terms of basketball as a team sport, yeah. If you're talking greatest of all time, though, like solo act, like, is Michael Jordan. Do you get what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I like to make a little distinction there because I feel like LeBron doesn't get his due diligence.
I like that word.
Mm.
Speaking of words, yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
The word. Wait, what was the word? Oh shit.
What diligence?
No, it's the word. What's the word
Okay.
backwards that is the same forwards? What is that called?
Race car?
Yeah, one of them. What is race car?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh.
Palindromes. Okay. So palindromes. Here is a cool word. Speaking of cool words, palindromes.
What the fuck
Okay?
is a palindrome?
A palindrome is a word, yeah? A word, phrase, or sequence that reads the same backwards as forwards, such as race car, madam. I'm trying to think at the top of my head. Dad, mom. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
And what is here is where it gets cool, yeah. Abophobia.
Abo.
Yeah. AIBO phobia.
Oh, okay.
Or AIBOH phobia, sorry.
Yeah.
That is the fear of a palindrome. Yep.
Wait, what?
You with me? Yeah. It's the fear of a word being the same forwards as it is backwards.
Where?
Now wait.
Okay,
wait.
I'm with
That's
you.
weird.
I'm with you. Okay.
Abophobia backwards
Nah.
is abophobia.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
100. Alright.
Bro, what?
Listeners, go look at abophobia.
Where do you get this information?
Look, one day I was on Xbox with the boys. Yeah, I was just looking at palindromes.
Okay.
And then I see something called the fear of palindromes, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, abophobia. And then I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if abophobia backwards is abophobia? Turns out it was. Like
they probably did that. You reckon they did that on
no,
purpose?
100%
did that on purpose.
100%. There is no way you yeah. That's a conspiracy. If that's not done on purpose, that's definitely a conspiracy because they've done that on purpose.
Wait, is it? Wait, how'd you spell abophobia?
AIBOH.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's defo like what does AIBOH mean? Abo.
Yeah, got it.
That doesn't mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at some of the other palindromes because they're actually very interesting.
Yeah. I don't because like I write and like as a writer I don't like how like even in just like like English GCSE and whatever everything has like a label. Every technique has like
yeah.
But like as a writer you don't like know you're not conscious of that. You just write and then shit just comes together.
Yeah.
Most of the time they just come up with terms for the sake of coming up with a term.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like so you're on about like why do people call a metaphor a metaphor?
Yeah.
I mean, no, fair enough. Metaphors, no, that's pretty big. I shouldn't use that.
But like, the most like
hyperbole. That's one that one that annoys me.
Yeah,
just
like,
call it exaggeration because that's what it is.
It's just.
It doesn't need to.
It's whatever.
One of my favorite dramatic irony.
Yeah.
Dramatic irony in what is it? What was the?
That's one of those where you can just drop it, like whenever, and it just like easy mark.
Yeah. Do you know what? The one thing we're not shouting out in this podcast.
You what?
GCSEs or A levels, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I feel like A level.
Or A level.
I mean, I'm having a more fun time with A levels.
You're having fun with A levels, dude.
I'm having a more than GCSE.
Like, GCSE was just so funny. I will. This is one for the UK folks because we're expecting listeners from all over the country. Not the
globe.
world. I mean,
yeah,
the globe. Yeah,
unless the world's flat, then whatever.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well said.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm having more fun with
UK
A levels.
people will
Like
understand.
GCSE, it's jokes, but the actual like couple of weeks of doing the test was the most like AIDS for me. Like it was just ass. It was not a fun time.
See, I I didn't enjoy it either, but I would 100% rather do GCSEs again.
Mm.
Like not even actually, I think it was just like how hard each one was,
Yeah.
which is why like GCSEs were like when people told me A levels were way harder than GCSEs, I didn't believe them, and that was my fault because I just thought, oh, I'm doing way less subjects now.
Yeah.
This can't get harder. Like, it couldn't get harder than GCSEs. I was just learning all there was.
Right.
But no, I was wrong, completely wrong. There is. It turns out, no, it can get harder, and it can be more than GCSEs. GCSEs were just, even though like I had like in like 3 weeks, I was having like, how many exams do you do? Like you do like, over 20, don't you? In
Yeah, for
total?
sure.
Yeah. So in like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I did over 20 exams. I still enjoyed that more than like the 3 exams or like the how many? No, the 9 exams I did over 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Just because A levels revise, like you can revise your GCSE the night before, and I know like obviously you won't get like an A star or something, or depend. Actually, you might get an A star, but you wouldn't get like an A star if you revised. You would get nowhere near. You wouldn't even get a pass if you revised only the night before for A levels.
Yeah,
I know. I may know that the hard way.
yeah. I don't know. I
No,
was
I'm
kind of
joking.
ready for like because like everyone was saying that A levels is like way fucking harder, but I guess I was kind of prepared for that. When I going into A levels, it actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like leagues ahead, like oh shit, I'm gonna be fucked. But like it was actually like pretty calm.
You're saying it's not leagues ahead, fam. This is when people say as well. People say it's harder than university. I fully believe.
I don't know. I don't know. It felt like
How
it just felt like a natural progression. Like I didn't feel like a crazy spike or a jump.
see
But maybe that's
you went
because
to
of the
grammar school
subjects.
though.
Yeah, like maybe that's the subjects I'm doing, and maybe that's like the school I'm going to. But it
See,
wasn't too
when you
bad.
finish A levels, you may agree with
Yeah,
me.
because like I could maybe like looking back on this like fucking podcast episode like a year ahead and be like, what the fuck was I talking about, right? But like
Mm.
as of now, like it's alright. It's pretty chill.
What's very like cool or like a cool? I don't know if that's the right word, but first year A levels was like one of the most fun years of my life.
Yeah.
And you said A levels was fun. I didn't find A levels fun, but I found the year was just really good
Mhm.
because I just met loads of people.
Yeah.
And like Mike, here's something we're definitely not shouting out. It's Solihull Sixth Form College.
Oh,
You know, yeah, we don't rate that. But going there and meeting people is actually quite fun. The people there, they were fine.
home of Hakeem Olajuwon, of course.
Like, man, the Don, the NBA Hall of Famer, Hakeem Olajuwon. You know, he went to our sixth form. I mean, he didn't study there. No, that's not what I mean. But like, he was there for like multiple times. I've seen him with my own eyes. I know he was there.
Yeah.
Google it, guys.
He's just
Or we
about
could
in
put it on the
Birmingham.
screen.
Like he's just
I
about.
just can't. He lives in Birmingham. Apparently, he goes to mosque in Birmingham.
That's fire. Ratings. Ratings. Imagine going to Eid and then just look it up and you see fucking Hakeem Olajuwon strolling into the mosque.
Oh, that's goals, eh?
That's fire. Also, it's just because like specialize it, like it's shit that I actually want to do. It's not like because GCSEs is like a wide range of like oh yeah like just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. Whereas like A levels is like oh you know what the fuck you well at least I knew what like you know what the fuck you want to do or what subjects you like, so just focus on that and just whatever. I feel like that's literally why I didn't feel the difficulty spike or whatever.
See, that's fair, but I didn't. So, like, I didn't want like when I started A levels,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do statistics. I didn't want to do law, economics. I really like.
Okay.
I still really like it. Yeah. I chose law and statistics because they were the good two of like a bad bunch. If that makes sense.
Right.
I didn't have like not much of a choice, but much of a I didn't have much of a choice on like A level on to do. I could have done like a B Tech, and I really regret not doing one now.
Yeah.
Getting back onto it. Yeah, man. I don't think the way the subjects are also set up, like the fact you have to choose on your subject so early,
Yeah.
and those subjects will define like your your university and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it really hard because people were choosing just say like let's use me let's use me for example. I chose economics, stats, and the law.
Right.
And let's just say that was me under the impression I wanted to be a lawyer by the end of my college.
Yeah.
But now 2 years later, after choosing my getting my results, doing my A levels, I now don't want to be a lawyer and I want to be like a graphic designer. But I didn't choose graphic design.
Right.
Now I can't do graphic design at university at all. I just think that's one of the biggest flaws of A levels, because now to go get a graphic design A level, to go and do a graphic design at a university,
yeah,
it will take me 2 more years, and it's just not worth it, or in my opinion, not worth it.
Like
GCSEs,
it rewards you for if you know what you want to do, then like yeah, cool, go to like school. But like otherwise, it's just terrible. It's just a terrible thing.
I get you could say like, oh, it's just your fault for not knowing what you're doing, but like I'm like being a 16-year-old and trying to choose what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Like you're supposed to not know what the fuck to do, at least until like 20s as well. Like it's still figuring shit out.
Moral of the story is, fuck solid or sixth form.
Yo, is a shout. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel you.
Yeah, that's all we say. Well, what is camp? Not Camp Hill. What's 5 Ways like?
5 Ways it's alright. The teachers are good. Like the actual teachers. If you're naturally not gonna do work, or if you're naturally like procrastinate a lot, then it's fire, because they make sure you do your shit and you're on top of shit. But it's not the most like, they don't market themselves as being like, oh yeah, you're a student, you have your freedom, you can do what you want. Like coming into the sixth form, they're like, oh yeah, like this is gonna be a place for work, it's strict, it's discipline, whatever, right? They're not kind of advertising it like that. I kind of got what I paid for, like, because for me, I have a lot of things. I have like music going on, I have like physics, school stuff, academics, writing, whatever. So for me personally, it's fire, because like I can just close off that like academics part purely in school, because they're so strict and because they make sure you're on top of shit. So all the academic stuff, they help you deal with that, which is fire, because then I can focus on my music shit and whatever and not worry about it. I feel like if I had too much freedom, I would just go straight to music and not do any work whatsoever. Do you get what I mean?
See, that was the complete in my experience of college, it was the teachers would only help if you were struggling.
Yeah.
But like, so just say like one day I get like we did an in-class test. The first in-class test of the year, I get an A. The teacher now does not focus on me because she knows, oh, I got an A, I don't need any more help.
Right.
But like, no, because now after this, I've just got an A, and now I'm just not going to revise because I just got an A, and the teacher's not telling me to revise because she also thinks I just got an A. Oh, no need to revise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now there's no extra support. I just don't want to go. I don't want to go off on a rant for the sixth form, because you know the individual teachers are nice. Just the way they handled a lot of students. Not even me, because it's not me. I don't want to come across it. I'm specifically angry for my scenario.
Right.
It was like other people I saw who could easily have done better if the school just helped them, but they chose not to.
Yeah.
Another smooth transition. Now, pretty good at this.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit. Wait, Umar. Wait.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna go in the podcast. It's just gonna.
Oh no. Yeah, I'll cut this out. I'll cut this out. Yeah.
Okay. Fuck the viewers. Okay.
Sick.
I just got a really weird email. Like, not weird. I just got a really important email, and I kind of just don't want to ignore it because I've just opened it.
Okay.
It's about a job. I don't want to miss it. That's my whole. I don't want to, because I'm never on my laptop and I can't really reply off my phone.
Yeah. I don't like doing business on my phone. If it's like a phone call, then yeah. But like, I'd rather just have my laptop, have my emails out, have everything. You know what I mean? That's something that I need to like get up on, because I'm 17, right? Everyone our age is like getting jobs and shit. Dude, jobs
are long. You shouldn't. I honestly.
Like,
you get a job,
you're just gonna be like, no, just don't do it.
Nah, listen. This is one for the podcast listeners do.
Okay.
If when you're 16, so it's when you enter sixth form.
Yep.
and you're like to when you leave for university, I don't think you should have a job. I know you're gonna be like, oh, how do I fund like me going out? Like I know like that is like a problem. I know you can't rely on parents for everything.
Yeah.
But like I don't like having a job is worth it up until the point you are working instead of instead of revising, instead of studying, instead of going out, because a lot of the time I know like I've been working on random days.
Yeah.
And like it's not me working isn't worth the money I'm in. No, the money I get from working isn't worth missing out on like a day out with my friends. And I barely ever do that. But it's just not
like to
worth. I
relax and
really
just
don't do that.
diffuse from like everything.
Yeah, 100%. And especially because I worked during college, and I worked like in second year. I actually did work quite a bit. I worked quite a bit up until like from January to up until like May.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't fun because I was meant to be revising in that time, or I was meant to be like, I was meant to be revising, or like I could have been going to my friend's house. But then when I wasn't working, and I should have been revising, I was going to my friend's house because I had just been previously working.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. So it's just I don't recommend jobs, and I know it's like really hard because like you want to be able to have money, you want to be able to be independent, not rely on anything.
Yeah.
But I think working for like the last 2 years probably one of the worst things I've ever done, because I worked in, just everyone is listening, I worked in KFC for 2 years since the beginning of sixth form. It hasn't been fun. Like I wouldn't say I've learned much, although like I can't really say that. I wouldn't say I've learned anything of pure value.
Right.
Other than like to be nice to people, like
I guess like work ethic, like showing up on time, like that kind of thing. But at the same time, like it's if it's unfulfilling, then regardless, the work ethic is just gonna feel like shit. Like whatever you put in is not gonna be equivalent to what you get out of it.
Yeah. So working at a fast food just isn't like, it's not fun anyway.
Yeah.
But then again, like. The place isn't strict with me, and I always say this. I say this to everyone whenever I talk about my work. Like I don't think I'll ever get fired.
And
I don't know why, because I don't know. But I don't like. I'm not allowed to leave until I get another job. Because like it's my parents. That's the way they are.
Right.
Okay. So like I'm just in like a very like I'm in a very weird situation where I want to leave, and I'm not putting anything into working. But I'm not allowed to leave, so when I'm there, I'm literally there giving out food. I'm just sitting there hating my life, and that's why I think maybe it's like a personal thing where I recommend people not to go to work. But it's just it's so pointless for money at the end of the day. For like literally, I was on £4.20 for a majority of the time I was working there up until like a year ago. No, up until like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
I strongly advise against working, and it's just. I'm working tomorrow, and it just makes me really, really upset about this conversation, because more and more 16 to 18-year-olds are starting to get jobs, and they're just going to end up ruining their free time, especially during exams, because when you get barely any free time, you don't want to have your free time working.
Yeah. Even just with me personally, I just don't want to like overburden myself, because like I'm lucky in a sense, like I'm privileged in a sense where like I have a business and I have like my own like music thing going on. And even though it doesn't bring in like a lot of money, it brings in enough to be like
enough.
It's literally just like me chilling at home, like just making beats, whatever. What I've been doing since like year 9, and I'm getting money off it. It's literally, that is my downtime. So like, it's a blessing to have a downtime that also can like provide that. Because I know like I'm 100% with you. Like if I was in like a 9 to 5 type of situation, I just feel like shit kind of thing.
Fuck. Oh, do you want to plug your music? Wait, this would be a really good time to plug your music right now. This should be like.
Oh yeah. Like I'm a rapper. I go by the artist name King Basha. You know.
Let's go.
But yeah, like it's
successfully plugged.
Yeah, but it's pretty. You can find me on Spotify. I've got songs on Spotify. Just type in my name, it'll come up. Like, it's certified. Okay, we're on streaming service. Okay, we're certified. Okay,
we have that. What is it? RSS feed.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
Spotify.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, the podcast is going on. Bro, easy.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I guess I'm just.
How is making music? Kind of
I've been
making
like, because there's obviously the summer holidays in like Britain right now. Like I've been like I've literally like just been in the studio room, like just making music pretty much all day.
Gee, when can we expect the album?
Soonish. The thing is though, like people, like artists say that, but like I feel them in the sense that like you can't really you don't want to promise shit because you know that like, because me personally, I'm a perfectionist. So like, if there's a song that I'm working on, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's coming out. Like I'll drop a song this summer, but then like it will take me the whole summer just to like get every single bit of that song right. Otherwise, like I wouldn't feel comfortable like just putting out. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So shit just takes, at least for me on my process, because I know some people would like bang out like an album in like 2 weeks and then just put it up, but like for me it just takes like time to like perfect it, I guess. So I would say next year, definitely 2020s. Like 2020s is gonna be my decade, like for sure.
Oh,
Like
I like the sound of it.
you get what I mean, but like that'll be my decade. But for now, I'm just working on it.
Here's a disgusting fact. I'm gonna be 20 next year. I don't like that.
That
is weird to me.
That's so weird.
That is really weird.
I'm gonna be 18.
You're 18 next year.
Next year, I'm 18.
No, that's just because that's fucking disgusting.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, another kind of transition. I know we went past the music conversation, but top 5 rappers.
No, just off the top. I'm saying Jay-Z.
Yeah.
MF Doom.
Boy. To mine too.
I don't want to leave anyone out. Off the top, Jay-Z and MF Doom stick out. I feel like I'd be forgetting someone. Who's in your top 5?
Okay. So, not in order, just a top 5.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to put MF Doom in there, but I don't think he fits.
Okay.
Look, I don't care how corny, cheesy, like, this is. Drake, he's definitely in there. Like, he just makes good music. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Don't want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
Tyler, the Creator, probably my most listened to artist ever, I think. Now, here's a controversial one, but it's only for 2019. Any other year probably wouldn't be in there. Lil Nas X.
Okay. This is okay.
That it's controversial, but it's strictly 2019. He like his whole album is fire.
Are we saying personal top 5? So like top 5, like
yeah, personal, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to justify it. It's just what you listen to.
Okay, calm.
Yeah, so that's 3.
Yeah.
I think 4, Travis Scott, and then 5. This is just like I don't know if you know him, but his name's E-Double. Passed away, but he's a cool one. He's a cool one. He's definitely my top 5.
If we're doing personal, because I was trying to be objective, but if we're doing like personal, like I'm saying top 5 favorites: Earl Sweatshirt, Kanye West, Capital Steez.
Who?
Capital Steez. Do you know Joe Badass?
I do know Joe Badass.
Yeah, his collective Pro Era. It's the person who actually started that was Capital Steez before he passed away.
Rest in peace, Capital Steez.
Yeah, rest in peace. Who else is in my top 5? I listened to Tyler a lot. I think Tyler had even just like high school. I think Tyler and Kanye had a big influence in terms of just like, because how I formed into like who I am kind of thing. Because I'm a big advocate of like, yeah, your surroundings kind of like form you. I don't think it's, obviously there's some genetics there, but I feel like Tyler had a big part. Tyler had a big part, like in terms of just like being like fearless or doing what the fuck I want to do. The Odd Future movement literally like were the first ones to like promote that shit and like did whatever the fuck they want, regardless of how obnoxious they were. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know you mean.
And even just Kanye, like Kanye, just Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye's just him.
You know what's interesting? Like me listening to, I'd say, like I said, Tyler the Creator is probably my most listened to artist, and I'd say anyone in my top 5, I listen to them quite a lot.
Yeah.
Specifically Tyler the Creator. I've never felt like I've never like been moved by Tyler the Creator or anything. I just think he makes good music, and I have no personal connection to any of the music. I didn't listen to I'm a fairly new listener. Like I didn't listen back in like the Goblin days. Like, what was that, like I think 2010, like 2011?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I listened to him like during like Wolf and definitely through Cherry Bomb, but I just didn't. I would never. No artist that I don't think. Yeah, no artist has ever like connected to me ever. That sounds weird, connected to me, but it's true.
Oh, and I gotta put Kendrick there because he has like the greatest hip hop album of all time.
What in what?
To Pimp a Butterfly? Yeah.
Oh, okay, fairs.
I still don't get how like people don't want to like try and like strive for that type of like perfect album. Like I don't understand how like I don't get. There's some people like on this planet right now that are like, oh yeah, it's not Kendrick's best album, and that makes zero fucking sense to me. 0 cents. That doesn't make any sense. If it's not their favorite album, cool, but like, if it's not consensus like his best album, like, that's just ridiculous to me. Like that shit. I'm passionate about To Pimp a Butterfly. Like that is a fucking 10 out of 10, like perfect front to back album.
People, I think I've said it before. Actually, no. I don't think I've ever said this. Damn is it's a pretty impressive album.
It's impressive, but like it had like its shortcomings.
Like I think this is like you strongly disagree with me based on what you just said.
Okay.
But I have every Damn song in my playlist.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I don't have 7. No, I'm missing about 25% of To Pimp a Butterfly.
But that's
That's the subjective
part.
That's by
design. Like that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
because like that's by design. Because To Pimp a Butterfly is an album front to back kind of thing. Do you get what I mean? Like it's an experience.
Yeah.
It's like
Eagle.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't just put like scenes from a movie and put it into like another like playlist of like movie scenes. Like you play the movie like front to back. I feel like that's how I approach albums and like approach To Pimp a Butterfly.
Wait, is this Rajan with another transition?
Oh no. Don't do it to him.
Movies. Okay.
Oh,
Speaking of movies, one of my guys said,
okay,
Ready Player One is one of the most underrated movies ever, and I genuinely have to agree with him.
Underrated?
Have you ever seen Ready Player One?
Nah,
yeah, no, no. When talking about like it's genuinely one of my favorite movies of all time. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say objectively it's the best movie of all time, but like it is definitely one of my favorite. Like I watched it again. Like it is currently Sunday the 25th, or the night of Sunday the 25th, I should say. I watched it on Saturday the 24th.
Right.
And it is amazing. I'd say that film is like it's in my top 5.
Okay.
Well, top 5 films. This is hard because there are a lot of films.
Yeah. I don't have like a top 5 ready, but I do have a top 2 ready.
Okay, I'd like to hear these top 2.
Like number 1 is Whiplash.
Is that the
one with JK?
Is that the
yeah.
I know what you're about.
And then number 2 is Three Idiots.
What's Three Idiots?
That's a classic in my opinion. That is classic.
I'm looking at what Three Idiots is right now.
Wait, you've never watched? You've never watched Three Idiots?
Not in my life.
It's a Bollywood film.
Jeez, never seen it in my life.
Like that, I think it was literally like that was the first like Bollywood film I've seen. At least that like it kind of changed the way like Asian parents looked at career paths in a sense. Because what the film like promotes is fuck doing like the stereotypical engineering or doctors. Stop making your parents make your life decisions for you. Like do whatever makes you happy. That was literally like that's the core of the film, right?
See, I've literally just wrote in my notepad, watch Three Idiots.
I'm telling you, because but it's a Bollywood film, like targeting Asian parents who like infamous for like, you get what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's okay, and it's a really good film. Just in general. I've just seen the covers. I've just seen the actors. It is looking like a round film, indeed. And the songs, bangers.
Okay, wait. I know I haven't answered my top films. I'll say that for another podcast episode. I have another amazing transition.
I feel like we need to save that for a podcast with Z. Like we need to get Z on. We need to get Z on. We need to get Z on and
that's next epi.
Delve into films.
Oh, do I say this next one? Because this next one, I need to write it down at least.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna Okay, I'll just say it. You don't have to put this in.
But
I was gonna transition from brown people with Bollywood films into first brown superhero. I think I've told you how much I care about this shit. Have I ever told you about how much I care about it?
Yeah.
First brown superhero is announced, and we have it.
Yeah.
In the MCU, Kamala Khan. Save it for another episode because I'm writing it down right now. But
we can talk about it now. Nah.
I want to save it for Z because Z's a superhero guy too.
We could bring it up again, but my like brief consensus on it is I don't know. I don't really see like because I don't know why like because you have your own reasons to like care, but like me personally, like growing up, I didn't really care whether Spider-Man was like white or brown. I was just like, yo, I'm Spider-Man kind of thing.
It was like it's more like there's superheroes for everyone.
Yeah.
But not for me. But I don't like. I can't say that because I haven't read. There is defo a brown superhero. There must be. Like, there isn't a mainstream one like in the MCU. The biggest isn't like the biggest film franchise of all time or something now.
Mm.
Yeah, there is not a brown superhero. No, there's not a brown male. And I know, like, oh, that's so hard because like there'd have to be so many different people to make everyone feel inclusive. But no, like there is a reported gay superheroes now in the MCU. There are reported, I'm assuming lesbian as well. There's white, there's brown. No, there's white, there's black. There's Eastern Asians, like Oriental.
Yeah.
In the new Shang Tsung film, but now I know, like in the Eternals, we're getting. I don't know the actor's name. Could you Google it? In the Eternals, we're getting Kumail I don't know how to say his name. Nanjiani. We're guessing that might be his name. He's good. He's brown, but he'll also probably be wearing like a mask and a full suit, so he probably won't. It takes away from the fact. But Kamala Khan has just been announced, Miss Marvel, and it's very cool to see that someone like, oh, I know I'm not a girl, but it's like, oh, this person's brown. They're brought up in like Western culture, and they are also a superhero. And I'm not saying like, oh, it's just so I can see myself being a superhero. Obviously, superheroes don't exist. Or do they? You know, or do they? We don't know. It's so nice to see someone like of like brown. I don't know how to explain it. Brown. Is it brown ethnicity?
Brown descent.
Of South Asian, someone representing South Asia, because it's so underrepresented in Western media. I know, like I say this to like most people I meet. I always talk about this.
Okay.
Like I know you can say there is Bollywood for like the people who want South Asian representation, but it's not like I don't want South Asian representation in South Asian media. I would like South Asian representation that's not stereotyped. Yeah, that's not like the taxi driver from Deadpool. I'd like South Asian representation done in Western media, just how anyone else would be done in Western media. Like any white person or black person would be done in Western media.
Yeah.
I'm not like, obviously you can't change like colors of superheroes. I don't agree with that. I know they've done it before. Like I'm just saying, why can't we have Kamala Khan? Well, now we have Kamala Khan, and that's why I'm just saying I'm happy. It's actually made me.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're going
very excited.
I'm glad that they're going the route of, rather than like changing existing superheroes, like just introducing heroes that are already like written as that descent, and kind of just writing their own story and like their own ethos kind of thing.
Yeah. Because I don't agree with changing stories for matters of inclusion. Like I think, what's the best example? Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah,
I think that is 100% the biggest example. Like that was that. If you've seen the new Ghostbusters, it's all not new.
Yeah.
It's whack. Ocean's 8 is actually alright, and despite hate.
Yeah.
Ocean's 8's cool. I'm trying to think of other films, but there is definitely I just don't agree with changing film plots for matters of inclusion reasons. Because I know I just said like I've always wanted a brown superhero, but there doesn't need to be. There just doesn't need like. It's not like no one's gonna die over it. But it's just nice to have.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, then again, me saying that, then like, I don't know. What if a woman has always wanted there to be a female Ghostbuster? You know, I can't disagree with that.
I guess but like, I don't feel like
change it. Yeah, no.
People.
Yeah, changing.
Sometimes when people say that though, it doesn't even sound like a human's talking. Like I don't think I've ever heard a human talk and the words coming out of their mouth is like, I want there to be female Ghostbusters. Like,
oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I've never heard someone say that. I think it's more for the statement of like, oh, there's a female Ghostbuster.
Yeah,
it's now a female.
Yeah. It's just to have that out in the market, kind of thing.
I keep saying I don't agree with it, but one film that changed. I think it's ethnicity. Was Ghost in the Shell when Scarlett Johansson played the main role, and I didn't care at all, and I didn't
even watch it. Like
I watched it, and it was just like it didn't make the movie worse. But I get like you should cast someone who fits. There could have been better fits for the role, but they just wanted it. It's for the business. At the end of the day, it's for money, isn't it? Like you don't want to hire someone who's like unknown. Like a lot of people watched the film because Scarlett Johansson was in it.
True.
TV shows. 13 Reasons Why is back. Haven't started it. I'm gonna start it tonight.
Do you?
Quite excited.
From what I've heard like both. Like, I've heard like some people liking it and some people hating it. In the sense that some people hate it. Oh yeah, like it glorifies self-harm and like that kind of shit, or like suicide or whatever. Like mental illness. But I haven't watched the fucking show. Like, what do you think?
You didn't watch season 1 or 2?
No. I haven't touched it.
So season 1
Okay.
depicted like a very graphic suicide scene, but I don't think it did not glorify like suicide at all.
Okay.
They've now removed that scene from Netflix. You can't see that anymore.
Oh, okay. That's kind of.
But like, I wouldn't. Yeah, but a lot of people got upset about it, and cancel culture is a thing.
Yeah.
So companies have to like now abide by what everyone says. Season 1 was actually pretty good. It showed like the dangers of not social media, but like the dangers of the phrase victim blaming, where you always blame it on the victim for being just like, yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm looking for. Victim blaming. Like it showed that's a real thing. That's a real concern. We should be like aware of.
Yeah,
Season 2, it did like season 1 didn't like suicide's a bad thing, obviously.
Okay.
Like you can't ever make suicide seem good. Like I don't think it's possible, unless like there is like I'm trying to think.
There's
suicide's...
different, maybe not good, but there's different angles for understanding why. In the sense that like it takes balls to like actually like do it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like I'm too much of a pussy to like even try. Like that shit's.
And also it's deep now.
But that's the thing, like, because obviously there's a bit of like power to it that I think that some people like gravitate to the power like aspect of it, where it's like it's the most unnatural thing you can do as a creature that is built for survival. Like naturally, the most unnatural thing you can do is literally throw survival to the side and just do it
to kill yourself. Yeah.
In that sense, I can see how there is an attribute of power to it.
I'm not saying I could commit suicide. Like that's not. I said like I think I've told you this before as well. I just don't think. I don't think it. It's definitely hard. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but like, this is without making this sound like I'm suicidal. Yeah. I can see why people would do it in certain scenarios, and I know that's like really bad to say, but I can see why people would do it.
Yeah.
Like in 13 Reasons Why, they didn't make it seem like this. Is what a lot of people said, like, oh, in 13 Reasons Why, they made it seem like suicide was a good thing to do in Hannah's situation, and like it got everyone off. It made her life easier. But I disagree with that. I do, however, think the show makes suicide seem like it genuinely made like to me, like I was like, oh shit, suicide doesn't seem that bad, but they didn't intend for that. And I know like intention versus like, you definitely know they didn't intend for like suicide to be like, oh, let's just commit suicide.
Yeah,
they didn't mean that, but it did come off like that. And I know like although they didn't intend it, it did come off like that, and they don't have to apologize for it, but it was like that. But they also didn't make it seem. They also made it seem that sometimes like, oh, suicide is really bad. I don't agree with suicide, but I'm saying in certain situations, like I was trying to say earlier, like, oh, there's never a situation where suicide's bad. But like Defo, they made suicide sound like the worst thing on the planet.
It's unfortunate, but you can see why people turn to it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
100. Yeah, they did that really poor in the first season. Anyway.
Even if that was their intent, it's like, if anything, it's just bad writing to like not
100%.
Not get that intent, clear.
Okay. Sketch. This is very sketch what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Very.
Go.
The end of season 2 of 13 Reasons Why, made a school shooting seem so reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, hey. Now I'm not saying we should just shoot up schools, because obviously that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But the end of season 2 of 13 Reasons Why, they made it look that like, if I was in the same situation as a character, I'm shooting up a school. The boy just got raped with a broomstick by a student in the school. Yeah. And this student has previously not been kicked out, even though he was accused of like helping in rape or multiple rape charges. So they're not going to kick him out for this now. You know?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I would have shot up the school. Although, spoiler alert, he doesn't shoot up the school.
I wouldn't have shot up the school, but I would have shot the guy. And I would have shot some, like, the head.
Oh, yeah. I think that's what, that's what I mean, though. Like, if they would have hurt the people who did it. It was more than just one person. There's a group of them.
But I think, because my sister watches it, right? So the few scenes that I have seen, or at least she showed me, like, some of the, because obviously 13 Reasons Why, some of the reasons, or like some of the people involved, I feel like some of the shit that they did was very tame compared to like other shit. Like I remember one of the reasons why or whatever, at least from what I've seen, you can correct me because obviously you've seen the show, but
yeah,
I remember in one of the episodes, like the person put something on a piece of paper and like spread it in a classroom.
Yeah, and that shouldn't be one of the 13 Reasons Why. And
it was like, really? Like, that set you off? Some of the reasons seemed very, like, tame compared to, like, other ones, which were, like, super extreme and, like, completely justifiable.
But that's where the show goes wrong again, because they make it seem like the main character, like, her suicide just gets rid of all of her problems. It doesn't create any new problems. That's when it made it seem like. That's why like a lot of people were offended. I don't know if that's the word. That's why there was like a lot of uproar. They didn't make the impact of her death. Yeah, they didn't put any blame on her committing. That's another touchy subject. They didn't put any blame on her.
Or not blame, but responsibility
suicide.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, like her. I think her parents split up.
Okay.
After the suicide. Like, that's a marriage. That's a marriage just dissolved there because of a suicide. Season 2, a boy ends up getting raped because of the suicide. She takes no responsibility for that.
True.
Even though all these factors happen because of her, but like, and she takes no responsibility. It gives like other people like, oh, I'll just commit suicide. I don't have to take responsibility for anything else that happens afterwards. Like I'll just be dead. I think that's why like a lot of people they tried their hardest to not make it be like, oh, suicide's a good thing. Especially with like if you've ever seen the show, the black teacher.
The black TV.
His scene was like very like emotional. Touched me.
Uh-huh.
That sounds weird also. But
yeah, black man touched
like
me.
throughout the whole thing you think throughout the whole thing you think he's like kind of like a bad guy, but then you hear his full monologue like in like one of the last episodes, and it's like he actually tries to help.
Responsibility is a weird thing. Do you like the only time, at least for me personally, the only time I can truly pin someone as responsible for something is if they're literally like a sociopath or a psychopath that cannot grasp what they've done, why they've done it, kind of thing. Like it's just like a chemical imbalance in the brain that has caused them to commit a crime, for example. I feel like everything else, it's hard to pinpoint responsibility because there's so much shit that happens. Like if someone touches a kid, because like people touch kids and that's because they were touched as a kid, so they kind of like.
So then are you like, is it the person who touched the kid in the first place, like the very first instance? Is that are they responsible for the the new touching of the new kid?
Yeah. Or
that's a weird one.
If they are responsible, because technically they did do the act, what then? What's the consequences? Do we punish them? Do we try and help them? What do we do? What can you do in that situation?
See, I see it differently. I believe like if someone's done a crime, they should be held fully responsible.
Yeah.
Let's just say Omar.
Yeah, man.
Omar has now just touched a child.
Okay.
Even though you'd argue like, oh, it's not my, like, I was touching the child, that's why I've done it. Sorry. Please don't kill me.
Okay.
But like I would say like, oh no, you've done the crime, no matter what's happened, it's your fault. Yeah, you're responsible for like touching this child. 100%, you got to go to jail. Would you not agree?
I'd have to ask first, like, what led to that decision.
But even if they do say, like, no, yeah, you'd have to ask, but then that leads into, like, more and more people being like, oh, here's an external factor as to why I touched a child, and now everyone who touches a child gets off free because they're just going to use an excuse.
Yeah.
So it's a bad thing. Speaking of
But
touching, no.
some excuses are more justified than others, and maybe not
Like
excuses.
what? Like
Like,
I don't think you'd ever justify. I don't think you'd ever justify touching a child.
yeah, you can't justify it, but you can understand why they did it. Because there's always they're not just gonna touch kids for the sake of touching kids. There's always a reason. Is it a power thing?
But some people are just
they-
some people are just twist. Nah, some people just straight up twist it like that. They will.
But that's what I mean. If you're like a sociopath or a psycho, or like have a chemical imbalance in the brain
Oh, yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like, dude, I just really want a kid right now, then it's like, okay, yeah, you're fucked. If it's just something shit happened to them, so they're taking it out on a kid, or if it's they had a shitty life and so they want power, so they yearn it by like going to a kid, right? Who looks up to them and using that power and like unjustly, right? I feel like there's still some understanding. Because at the end of the day, they are a human. So if there isn't a chemical imbalance, there has to be a reason why, or at least a view, like a perspective to kind of understand, right?
Yeah. Okay. I feel like yeah. I understand you, and I think what I was doing, I was misplacing understanding and sympathizing.
Yeah. Because you could like
Because
think they're a piece of shit, but you can still like try and understand and maybe like help them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
See, I don't have a transition from child touching, so
Michael Jackson
I don't. Okay, look. I used to rate him. Yeah,
used to,
but like
okay.
now, hear me out. Now knowing he like, because like fully after that, what was it? What was that documentary that came out? Because I only watched a bit of it.
Something about Neverland or something.
After watching stuff about that and like seeing all the like reaction on Twitter, I see. This is the thing I've done. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I'm basing my opinion off other people's opinions.
Okay.
I just don't rate him anymore. Like he's like, I can't really just sit there and listen to his music knowing, oh shit, this man might touch children.
But he didn't. He was just really fucking weird. Like he was just really weird.
But I wouldn't even feel comfortable listening to that, you know.
Yeah. No, but I separate music from artist. Like, if you got a fire song, then cool. I'm with it.
Oh no, yeah, you do separate. Okay, viewers, listen. I'm personally on a fuck Chris Brown mentality, but my co-host over
Yes. Chris
is,
Brown, king of
Chris
R&B.
Brown's biggest fan.
Not biggest
Not
fan,
even.
but king of R&B right now for sure.
I can't rate Chris Brown. I can't like any.
I don't
of his
rate him
music.
either. I don't rate him as a person, but as an artist, I can rate him.
But I don't think you can. Is it? Yeah, they're saying separate art from the artist.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I can do. I can't do that because I feel like a lot of time art is influenced heavily by the artist and the artist's background. It's made by the artist. No, it is. The art is a reflection of the artist and the artist's mentality and life. And Chris Brown,
Yeah.
is a woman beater, and not even just he hit a woman. He beat down Rihanna.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you. I don't understand that. You can't. I don't agree with separating art from the artist.
So here's my perspective, right? This is like my perspective as an artist is kind of a different one, where it's like the creative process of creating a song. Like I don't know how people kind of like describe it, or how it's like the media portrays it, or how artists themselves like, you know, when you see videos like on Facebook or whatever, and you just like, it's like people in the studio and they're like doing whatever, right? People get that perception that like making music is a certain type of way. Making music, oh, you're an artist, so you got to put your heart and soul into the song, and like it's a reflection of you because, you know, you made it, and you know you're pouring out your heart. Like from an artist's perspective, creating something in general is a very egoless act, right? To create something, right? It's a very egoless act. Like you don't create for yourself. At least in the moment when you're creating something, whether it's writing, whether it's recording, whether it's whatever, right? In Chris's case, whether it's singing, it's very unconscious. It's very pulling from your subconscious and just pouring it out and like seeing what forms. Sometimes that reveals parts of yourself that you didn't know could be revealed, right? Sometimes it's stories that have nothing to do with you. Sometimes it can be whatever, right? But it's a very unconscious and egoless act when you're at least with music, because I create music. When you create music,
see, that's when you're creating the music. But when you listen to the music, all I hear is, oh, Chris Brown, woman beater. That's what I genuinely. I wouldn't listen to Chris Brown's music. The only song I think I've ever pretty much like. not pretty much listened to because I've heard his music like that, not from Will,
Yeah.
but like I've heard like Undecided by Chris Brown. And I just think, oh, it's a cool song, but like I can't, it's not in my playlist because he's a woman beater. I won't listen to it because it like mentally in my head, I just don't want to listen to his music.
Yeah. Whereas for me, like because I'm an artist and I know that it's an unconscious act, I don't have to like the person to like their music because their music is the unconscious, egoless creation that they've contributed to music, right? It's not them. The artist isn't important. The only reason we consider artists important is because of celebrity and because of fame and how we glorify these people when we shouldn't glorify these people to begin with. They are simply vessels for energy, God, whatever you want to call it. They're simply vessels to channel that and put it into an art form like music and contribute it. Just like people do with physics, they contribute to the field of physics. Just like any field, right? You give. It's very egoless. It's the same with creation. It's the same with music. So for me personally, I couldn't care less what he does in his personal time because his contributions to music has nothing to do with him, the ego, the him. Whatever he chooses to do in his personal life, I mean, do whatever, right? I can hate you. You're a piece of shit person. Like, I don't think you should ever lay hands on a woman. At the same time, music is separate from that to me. And that's why I feel that way. Because as an artist, I know that when I create, it's a very unconscious and very egoless and very separate experience.
It's pretty insightful.
Mm.
To be honest, I've always thought about it from like, it's not like the artist like creation. Like I shouldn't base my opinion. I've always like based my opinion of a song based on the artist, but you based your opinion on the song. Like you just minus the artist from the. But like, I struggle to do that, knowing like I'm quite going into like stepping into reality, I guess you could say. Like I'm contributing to this. Like now I'm contributing to Chris Brown's success and wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping a bad person prosper. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's fair. If you want to find our podcast, you can find us on Insta and Twitter, Nights in 120. You can find me, Umar, at Real King Basha.
Rajan, Sehmi on Twitter. Just one word, you know.
Yep, and I think that's it. See you next week.